Hello, everybody. Welcome to Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. And today we're going to do not only a whiskey, how about one from Kansas, but not only Kansas, how about Dodge City, the Wild West? Boot Hill Distillery, established in 2016. Okay, the people who make this grow everything. They call it soil to sip, kind of grain to glass. All right, they have a lot beautiful farm, and they grow wheat, corn, sorghum, soybeans, and they have been 5 generations of farmers, and they decided to start a distillery. So what did they do? They bought a 90-year-old building on the top of Boot Hill Cemetery. It used to be a municipal building. It held court, it held the fire department, it held a jail, it held the fire department over the police department, fire department, and they bought it, turned it into a distillery. Now, the Boot Hill is known for when it was the Wild West, when it was a crazy town, and people would unfortunately get into arguments and fights, and they would be shot and killed. They died with their boots on, and so at Boot Hill Cemetery, if they couldn't find out who the person was, there they went. It's pretty cool. They use a what do they use? A custom 2-column pot still. I've never seen it. I'm assuming that because I am familiar with different stills, but I don't know about theirs. 2-column pot still. Obviously, it's going to go up the first column, probably come into some kind of a try box. Then it's going to be distilled again, to the second column. When it comes back this time, it's going to be a higher proof and higher quality. That's where they'll make the cuts of the heads and tails and keep the hearts. I'm picturing it in my head. That's probably what it is. Now, pot still, what's cool about a pot still, it's kind of a combination pot still, calm still thing here, but pot stills aren't as efficient as a real big column still. As a result, you get a different flavor profile. A lot of times it'll be a little more grainy flavor, and it's just different. It's a little richer to me. It's not as cleaned up as a big column still. So this is 100% hard wheat. That is the recipe. 100% wheat, no malted barley. I'm assuming some of the wheat is malted. It's aged 2 years. They even batch number 9, bottle 1057. Let me see. They do batches of 500 barrels. So, or maybe 500. Maybe it's 500 barrels, but that would be a lot. So I don't know if that's true. Skip that. It's 500 something. Not sure if it's barrels or not. But I poured it. I want to get into it. For a 2-year whiskey, you see the color of it. It is fairly dark. 100% wheat. Cool label. I like the cowboys riding in. So I love that it's family owned. I like the history. I like where it's located. I like the building it's in. I like a lot about it. Now, I'm a Kentucky guy, and I've worked in many distilleries here in Kentucky. So I am a little prejudiced. I am a little prejudiced for Kentucky whiskeys. But more of the bourbon. This is a wheat whiskey, right? Let's see what we got going on. It's American. It's American as you can get, so. Now, I'm just going to go over this real quick. You got to be careful when you know something's young, trying to say it's young. I have given many, many, many taste tests, blind tastings, poured whiskey for people as part of my job, and sometimes people are fooled. Let's just put it that way. You can't just generalize. I've had people that have really screwed this up. A lot of times, a young whiskey will be grainy. You'll get a little more of that grain profile. Have you ever had new make before it's been put into a barrel? But that is a flavor that a lot of people like. Okay. The other thing is, this should be grainy, not so much because of that, but because of the fact that it's put in a pot still. Like I told you, pot still isn't as efficient, and that gives a different flavor. That's not a bad thing. So it's all what you're used to. It's all what you're willing to get behind here. So yeah, again, I do smell vanilla. I can really smell, even 2 years old. I definitely get the barrel. There's a sweetness coming out of it and a cereal type smell. So, and a little cinnamon. It smells good. Let's give it a taste. I'm going to do 2 sips, can acclimate myself, and then I'll go into a little deeper dive. If I didn't say it is 100 proof, right? 50% ABV. All right, acclimate it. Cleanse my palate. Let's go in. Remember, it's 100% wheat. That's pretty cool. And true to form, this kind, you know what this reminds? This kind of reminds me of like a wheat cereal, what with like the honey, sweet honey coating on it. I think there's a name for the cereal. I can't remember the name. It's like the flakes, um, honey wheat flakes or whatever. That's what it reminds me of. It really does. And there's a slight bit of fruit in it. So how about honey wheat flake cereal with let's say some light taste of, with those dried strawberries or blueberries in it. Actually, probably a little more cherry, but it's going to have that fruit in it. That's what's reminding me of a box of cereal, really, um, with a little complexity, because now you have a little bit of that barrel coming on too. You know what? It's not bad. And I want to say something. I want to thank Mark and Jody for picking this up for me. Okay, they visited the town. Now this town only has about, and if you're from there, you can correct me. Feel free. 33,000 people, something like that live there, but they get over 100,000 visitors a year because there's a lot going on with this, with Dodge City, all right, in the history. So a lot of people go there. I'm sure this place is going to do well because a big proportion of them are probably going to hit this distillery. So I'm very happy to have this. Again, Mark and Jody, thank you. Kansas, doing a good job. And I'll tell you what, the next video, I'm going to do the bourbon. And that one, yeah, right? We're putting you up against Kentucky in my head. I worked in a lot of distilleries, so this is the one you're really going to want to see. But I'll tell you what, this it's anything like the wheat. They seem to know what they're doing. See you on the next one, everybody.